Janet from another planet? Is Janet from another planet? Is Janet from another planet? Is Janet from another planet?
TV-MA-LSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Hello. Welcome to the shit show for Friday night. And I want to thank you to Ruben and Orange Hat for joining me tonight. And we always have a lot of shit to talk about. But how are you guys?
Oh, just got done taking a shit, so no, I'm just kidding.
Good.
That was a shit show.
So how are you, Ruben?
Well, I'm now in the rehab center. That's where I go. It's a hospital. Well, it's actually like a nursing home.
Told you, man. You got to lay off the coke.
Shh, quiet. Anyway, no. So basically, what was it? Basically, what happened like last Tuesday? Not last Tuesday. Jesus, when was it? 31st, 30th, the 30th.
Yes, my
when was that? Was that right? Anyway, the 30th, I had the attack, and then I went to the hospital, and I knew that I needed to take more than things because it could probably be overnight. Who knows? So I brought my phone, my charger, and that was it. So I basically said, yeah, stay there, can do done. Then they said no, a whole week. And that whole week that you saw me, and I when I was doing the show, I was doing it in a chair or in bed. However, I couldn't. They had an alarm on the bed and an alarm on the chair because there was a fall risk. So I couldn't move unless someone was there. And every time I moved, it would go off. So I said, shit. So I was trying to be very cautious. But I got cleared for that. And then they basically said, we'll give you rehab for 2 weeks. And then I've been here now 1 week. And 1 more week to go. Hopefully get that done and get cleared. But I've been, pushing myself to get healed. And now I'm here. So, and then today, or actually a couple days ago, I finally got some clothes. So I was actually able to walk out of the room because I had no clothes on. I only had the gown.
That's good.
And then today I was cleared to go and get my things. So I got my computer, my setup. So I got my setup out of here, and then I can set it up. Because actually people live here. People see that they've lived there all their lives. But I'm glad I'm here. Glad to be here. Happy Friday. The shit show's glorious or horrific, whatever. Let's do it.
Okay. Well, I want to say hi to everybody. It's in the chat. Let's see who's in here. Hi, Jackie. Thank you for coming. Baby girl. And then Orange Hat sent me a link. Okay. Or it's told me to send the link. Six Nations is in here. Say hello. Thank you for joining us. And Snorter Poopus. Hi. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. And Low Spec, hi, thank you for stopping in. We appreciate it. Soy-based Jeremy, hi. Let's see. He's saying, what's up? What's up, right, kitty?
Hey,
and so let's see. Made another week. With all the wildfires, the air is pretty bad out my way, hanging in there. They're great. Yeah, it's terrible. And it's really dry right now where I'm at in Arkansas, too. We haven't had any rain in almost 3 weeks. It's pretty dry. So hopefully, they'll get that taken care of. But thank you, everyone, for showing up and hanging out with us over on X and Rumble. And I wish I could check my Rumble. I'm trying to figure out a way to have all my chats on one thing. there's somebody was showing me something and I was looking at it today, but I still haven't figured out how to do it yet. Say hello. Thank you for stopping in. Welcome for showing up. And we're getting ready to get started. Well, the first thing that I thought I would share with everyone is, let's see. Let me make sure this is the right one. I think it's, let's see. Gotta make sure it's the right one I picked. Oh my God, this is terrible. Okay, yeah. That's not the funny one though. Let me get the funny one real quick. I forgot. I was going to share something that I thought was funny, but I didn't know if I should. You know what I mean? Because it was it's kind of bad. But then I found this, so I'm going to share this first. This is a thing that popped up right before when I sent the link to you guys a couple weeks ago, before Biden put in his, when he was putting in his letter saying he wasn't going to run. This came out, and Laura Loomer had said that she had found out that they were sending him to a hospital. They had a medical event or something. And then when he did his little desk speech, remember he had a bruised up chin, it looked like. So I was able to find this. Can you guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to make sure because I'm going to play these. These are the audio clips supposedly from this Metaflight information. And I guess the stuff that was going on. So I haven't listened to it yet because I just got it. I was able to put it on there and make sure the volume is on. Okay.
Control 678. Okay. Any days if you're on Bolton Area Command that's not assigned to a priority call, clear. Assign yourself to a 461 at UMC. Break. Everyone who is able to Valley Hospital ER.
Got it, cut out 678. So you said 461 at UMC, and what was the other part?
Go head straight to UMC. Meet at the Valley Hospital ER parking lot.
678 acknowledged. It's on channel if you didn't hear that. 678 says if you're not on a priority call to clear and be en route to 461 at UMC, meet at the Valley ER parking lot.
Union TV. Can you find me that 461?
Yeah, Union TV, I can do that. 678, you want me to just create a 461 and we'll assign to it?
Offer, thank you.
Okay, copy.
Territory plan.
Copy. The details in the event, or actually just instructions.
678.
678.
So for officers coming to Valley, we're going to meet behind the ER entrance where the ambulances go. There's a little cul-de-sac back there. You'll see me.
Yep. MacTac alert. The Bolton Area Command break. He's in the box squad. MacTac alert for the Bolton Area Command in the box squad.
678. I copy that. Again, any available units, come down here to Valley Hospital right now.
Okay, copy. There's about 4 units coming to you right now.
I need more.
Copy that.
678 759. Most of my guys are plain clothes. Can you use this or no?
As long as they are fully decked out in readily identifiable police gear.
All right, copy that. We'll be en route to you, brother.
7598 William.
Go ahead.
7598 William.
Go ahead.
I caught the tail end of that. Where are we meeting you at?
Just let's rally up outside the station. We'll tack up and then we'll push up. PD36. Put me on the call of Valley, please.
Copy that.
244 TV.
44 TV, go ahead.
Can you clear this day, John? Gmail picked up our property and assign us to that call. Myself and 2113 are en route.
Affirmative.
678. How many units do I have assigned not arrived?
Got about 5 units still showing en route.
Copy. Thank you.
759 myself. We're arriving with the rest of the squad. Hey, John, where do you want us?
Come over here by Valley for a second. We're going to get our instructions hopefully quickly.
Okay, copy that. We're probably just around the corner from you. We're over here at the ambulance bay.
Now, UMC or Valley? We're at Valley.
Yep, we see you now.
Control 8 William A. Copy log on.
8 William A.
Robert 16634 Key, vehicle number 4635. Show me at the call on Valley.
Copy.
Copy.
Okay, I'm going to pause it for a second. Basically, the 3 recordings span a time frame of a few hours in between, and it says they are not time stamped, so it's difficult to get the exact time frames from them. 2 of the clips, each about 4 minutes long, are clips from the general channel where LV, which is Las Vegas, MPD, coordinated additional units, meaning units that were not involved in the protective detail, okay, used to shut down traffic to secure the routes after the sudden change of plans. The third, which is this clip, is the event channel for the officers involved in the protective detail. It's about 43 minutes long, so I'm not going to play that. But I shared this link for this website in the chat just a second ago for anyone who's interested in listening to the whole thing. I just thought it was really pertinent information for anybody who wants to listen, get all the details or whatever, and maybe figure out what happened, because I think he fell and bashed his face really bad. And who knows, he might have been unconscious or whatever. I don't know. But, hopefully more details will come out. But the thing is that something happened. I don't know what it was, but it had to have been pretty big. And then it said
his
about
wife beat him.
Well, maybe she could have hit him with her purse. I don't know. About 21 minutes into the clip, one of the officers asked if another is available for a phone call. And the next thing said is, for everybody on the radio, right now they're on hold for something regarding the president, and instructs officers in the detail to allow some traffic through the intersections while they wait. So this is the whole thing. For everyone on the radio right now, POTUS is 421. He's being seen. We are just kind of waiting to see how this is shaping out. So for everybody's knowledge, he's 421 right now. We're just to figure out what's going on, and we're going to go from there. So this is information that Laura Loomer put out, and everybody said she was full of shit. So in a way, I'm kind of glad that I saw this come across my timeline, because this kind of puts her in the perspective that she found out about it right as it was happening and was posting about it. And everybody was like, saying it was fake news or whatever, simply because of who it was that was posting it. So I thought it was important that everybody got to see this, listen to it a little bit, so you guys could tell that it was real audio from those from that day. And it's important if people could please look at it, because we need to get the truth and share it with people, because they don't want to share it. They don't want to share anything. So I just thought it was important, because something did happen. Something caused him to decide not to run. So, or his team decided for him, because whatever happened, he might have fell because he's doesn't know where he's at. I don't know. I have no idea. But I think it's important that if you get the chance to watch that, or listen to it, I think you should. And then this also came up on my timeline. So let me present this, because this is at the White House. So let me get this one right here. Right here. Did you guys see this? This happened today at 6:45 p.m. This is at the White House. Look at all the stuff that's out there. That's the White House grounds. They're trying to show you. And there's a lot of emergency vehicles there. So something else is going on tonight.
Jill probably tried to kill him again.
Well, I don't know what happened. He fell down the stairs. I have no idea. But we'll have to wait and see. But I want everybody to see that, because that kind of like went along with what happened a couple weeks ago. So I don't know. He's just, if he's even alive, but I think he's still alive. But a lot of people think that he's dead, and they're just going to make it look like, he had an emergency and died, but he probably died before. So I don't know.
Here's the thing. They have Kamala Harris not taking a lot of questions, out there campaigning for the most part, but not taking a lot of questions. Mm-hmm. And this sort of stuff is, or Biden's barely able to be seen. I mean, There was one. I've only seen one fucking video of Biden out and about where somebody asked him about Iran, and he's like, "Oh, I hope so." Where they were asking, "Do you think they'll stand down?" "Oh, I hope so." It's like, dude, that's weak.
I thought
You
he had an
better
interview
start-
today or somewhere on time.
Yeah, he also did that interview. You're right, but it's like, dude, any leader would say they had better instead of "I hope so." That tells me he's not in control. He's not in leadership right now. I am willing to bet that Kamala Harris right now is not vice president, but actually president of the United States right now, because there's no. I mean, if fucking ambulances are showing up at the fucking White House and nobody is asking questions,
Yeah. Have you seen anything? Have you
And-
guys seen anything on the news or anything about emergency vehicles being at the White House?
Yeah, I did.
Not a damn
Well, on Twitter I did. Sorry.
Okay,
Well, yeah,
that's what I'm
then.
saying. I just saw this earlier, just a little
And
bit
this is the
before
Trump.
we started.
This is something that the Trump campaign needs to continue doing, because they've been doing this and it's actually been working great for them.
Mhm.
They need to basically keep telling the press, do your fucking jobs and start asking these people the hard questions. Otherwise, you're complicit. You're showing your bias. It's
Oh,
breaking
look
through.
at this.
Why
A
were
call.
there freaking, or why was there a call 421 is sick or injured? Yeah.
Yeah, see, I didn't know that.
The question is, why is there ambulances at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? Why isn't anybody freaking saying anything to the public? We have a right to know if our commander-in-chief is in medical distress.
And isn't it,
He's
aren't
a
we
public
supposed to
servant.
know if he did die and they did an emergency and
That's
made her
supposed to be
president?
emergency.
Don't you think we should know about that too? Don't you think that's
yes,
important?
if the president is dead, it is, or I don't know if it's law, but they are supposed to immediately release that information to the public.
Yeah.
I think so. But
And then,
I just wanted you
here's the
guys to
thing.
see that, because to me that was very, I don't know, that was very important information, that we know what happened. You know, when they have to stop traffic. This is in Las Vegas. They stopped traffic and stuff. So people in Las Vegas had to know that somebody big, and if the president's car went by, they have this flags and stuff on it, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, and nobody's talking about it, you know, until today. I saw this thing come up on my timeline with the actual calls. And I was like, so she was telling the truth when she was posting that stuff when it happened, like almost what was it, over 2 weeks ago. So I don't know. I just think it's terrible that we can't get the media to tell us anything, to keep us updated like we deserve.
Well, right now, Harris is having these rallies, and then they're hiding the fact they're not as big as they should be, even though the media and the influencers are out doing stuff. But again, it's timing now. Like I said, they will make her president. It's basically because, again, they're looking at the polls right now. They have the polls are lying, because what they're saying is their majority. What they're telling is registered voters or registered. They're doing registered.
Yeah.
Registered voters. They're not doing likely at all. They're doing registered, and then they're basically they're manipulating the data to basically benefit her. But that's the data. And how can, and again, she's going up, and she hasn't given an interview. It's very odd. So it's manipulated.
Oh, that's odd. Everything they do is not
well. What they're trying to do is trying to get people to panic. And they're trying to feign this, momentum that leads directly to the convention. Because again, the fact that she pulled out of the debates, which Trump announced, she pulled out of 2 of them. It basically, she says, "Well, we agreed to the 10th. That's what it will be." No, we did not agree to shit. Biden did. You didn't. And again, so then. What they're doing is, and then there are people that are basically saying that Trump should hit her hard now, which I think he is. I don't know why people say that I have a lot of people that say he's not hitting her hard enough, which is really weird. But what's going to happen is get her to the convention, get the convention bounced, because it's all going to be a show. It's going to be production, Hollywood. It's going to be really big. Tout her this, tout him that. It's going to be a big smoke and mirrors, Hunger Games type of thing. Then all you do is then basically that's going to be August, September, the debate. Now, if he really bombs, then we're fucked, or she's fucked if she really, really bombs. But there is one there, but there is an out. The out is if she bombs, then they still want to install her. So just make her president. That's the whole thing. September 10th is the thing. So if that debate goes the way it's supposed to go, right after that, Biden will go away, and then she'll be president. So at least they have that win, that I have a woman president. And the thing is that if she's a woman president, then here's what happens. If something were to go horribly wrong, she will lock down. If there's a terrorist attack, multiple attacks that go off, she'll lock down, and then that's where your scenario, no election happens.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of the things that we were talking about that could be possible. Like all these people that have come over the border that hate us, the death to America.
Yeah, that's
and then we have some backpacks that are conveniently laying around somewhere at big venues. That's why I tell them don't go to games.
The three-letter agencies did it on January 6th. They'll do it again. They're going to do it all over the place, and they're going to do it in schools. They're going to do it all over.
Yeah, I'm worried they're going to try to take out a bunch of the power grids, and but they're going to do it in places that it's going to make a difference where the voting comes. You see what I'm saying? They're not going to worry about doing it in California, New York, or any of the other blue states.
Right.
They're going to do them in the red states.
Yeah.
So the red states can't vote.
Any red states and any swing states, especially the swing states. Anything with a swing state,
I think will be the number one target.
So expect Vegas to be a target. Expect Atlanta to be a target, because again, Georgia and Nevada. Those are Philadelphia, another target. It's a swing state. Again, if you're dealing with very sick people that want power, and when they're being confronted by reality, we no longer, or I don't watch. I consume news, but I analyze it on both sides, and I see where we are. But again, I am not a consumer of what's going on here. So there's a different narrative. Someone told me today a very interesting aspect. I was telling them about all the things going wrong, and they're saying, "Oh, there's people that live in a different world. They're buying stuff. They're enjoying their life. They're doing that. Yes, they're enjoying their life because they are compliant. They are compliant. If war breaks out, those people will delete themselves. They will, but that's what they want." And because again, if you're a normie guy, a really retarded person that basically believed that media that Biden was competent, the sharpest person, and suddenly had a problem, and we're going, if you believed for that long that he was sane, then you're going to believe everything they say. The WHO with monkeypox going on.
Yep.
This is going on here. It's all, again, they're going to keep on trying to lock down. They're going to, and that's the thing. So my prediction, like I said, the convention shall get a huge bounce, and then if the debate happens, it's over, and then it's going to be Biden out.
The convention starts on Monday, right?
I believe so.
Okay. What if something was to happen to Biden over the weekend, and then that's the first thing they open up about? Monday, the sympathy thing. Oh,
exactly.
Biden, blah blah blah.
Exactly.
And then you can have her be very emotional about how wonderful he was, and
he cared about democracy.
Her mentor is gone.
You know what she's? I swear, she's gonna say it if it happens. They demonized Biden. He was a great man, and I love democracy. I'm always for democracy. Reminiscent of the emperor.
Palpatine.
Yeah, she's gonna say that.
Democracy. I love.
She's gonna say that. I swear it's gonna be, and it's gonna be again. If she's president, then we are really down a clown world. No one gives a shit, because again, everybody's being inundated. And it's your entire life you've been inundated with it. Radio, TV, news, everything. But now when I watch television, or when I glance at it and I don't watch it, you need this drug. Ask your doctor about blah blah blah. Or or what are they selling? they want selling. They're selling you. They want you to consume and not question.
Yep. And
Period.
that's where we're heading. Okay. This whole administration is all they've done since the beginning is try to get everybody to be sucking on the government tit. That's what they want. They want you to have no money, no way of taking care of yourself. And our country is relying on other countries for oil, for our medicine and our chips, our cars, everything. They're putting us on a display to all the other countries to show how open we are and how we have no way of taking care of ourselves, that we are totally reliant on everyone else to survive. That's
Did
what
you hear
want.
that Tulsi Gabbard found out she was on a watch list?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh yeah. Look it up. Tulsi Gabbard watch list, and then she found out. It's horrifically bad. Again, they're doing it now, and on top of that, I'm probably no longer allowed to go to United Kingdom because I have been covering it and doing Twitter, and then of course they came out today. I saw it that they're going to go after Americans who post anything on X.
I saw that. I saw the whole thing about Great Britain has already passed a law that against Twitter because even Elon. Nazi. Yeah, Elon has even been saying if you say anything bad about anyone, we'll arrest you. But it's okay we'll let you out if you stab somebody.
Yeah.
But if you say bad, harsh words to someone, we're going to put you in prison.
You can do all that shit. You can kill kids.
Venezuela also
is trying to post anything we don't like or that's untrue, we'll fucking arrest you and put you in jail.
Well, I wanted to share this because I figured we'd get to where we're at right now. So I wanted to share this. I had it lined up and ready to go. I wanted you guys to hear this, and this is from his own word. Oh, my messages. Sorry. Okay. But I wanted you guys to see this and listen to this. This is this is his own words. Listen to this.
You just have to flood a country's public square with enough raw sewage. You just have to raise enough questions, spread enough dirt, and enough conspiracy theorizing that citizens no longer know what to believe. Once they lose trust in their leaders, in mainstream media, in political institutions, in each other, in the possibility of truth, the game's won. You just have to flood a country's public square. So there you go. So ever since he was in office, that's what their plan's been. And that's why he was devastated. All of them were devastated that Trump won because so many people wanted something different and didn't want our country to go in that direction. They came out in record numbers. And Trump won. It overwhelmed the steal, basically, because you could tell. It's like I said, go back and watch Hillary Clinton's face when John Podesta comes out and says, you didn't win. She's devastated. She's shocked. The look on her face is total shock because she totally expected that she was going to win because the fix was in.
Right.
At least that's what they thought. So this next time, look how much work they had to do just to overwhelm the system again with enough fake votes for Trump to lose. So if we can go and get 100 million votes.
But the press is is complicit right now. They are 100% because, again, no one is talking about the fact that Harris has not given a interview and the fact that she has not campaigned at all. She's giving speeches. She's not campaigning. She's not talking to anybody about anything yet.
Yeah.
She addressed twice the pro-Palestinian people, but again, she's acting as though she is running for the first time and that she has no responsibility. Everything she says, on day one, I will do this. On day we'll do this. I will protect this. I will do that. You're in now, moron.
Yeah, and the fact that she was the Cesar supposed to take care of the border, and look what a wonderful job she did.
Yeah, but she wasn't the
Yeah,
czar.
yeah.
The news says she wasn't the czar because the news is right. See, as I'm saying, everyone will again. The internet's forever, but this is the thing. I would say, I really say, probably 75% of people do not watch are not tapped in to Twitter. 75%.
Screen, Janet.
Yeah.
Do what?
Share my screen.
Show your screen. Okay, here I go.
Yeah, folks. With all the lies that have been going on from the media about Trump, JD Vance, and all the lies that they are telling the people to protect in order to protect Biden and whatnot, believe it or not, that is illegal. And when Trump goes into office, I hope that he will start ordering the federal government and federal law enforcement officials, as well as incur upon state officials or state law enforcement to start enforcing the law. Because when you spread malicious lies about somebody, something that Joy Reid likes to do on the daily, something that The View likes to do on the daily, that's not covered by freedom of the press. That is actually illegal. So yeah, I did a simple Google search. All it takes is a Google search, folks. And yep, spreading lies about somebody in the news could be illegal depending on the circumstances. Slander, U.S. Code 18, Section 35.
Mm-hmm.
The statute covers the intentional and malicious spread of false information. Penalties include up to $1,000 in civil penalties, up to 5 years in prison, or both. Code 18, Section 1038. This law covers the intentional spread of false or misleading information that could lead to a violation. Depending on the damage caused, the penalty could range from 5 years to life in prison. 18 Code dash or Section 1030. This law covers lying on the internet and can result in up to 10 years in federal prison. Repeat offenders could face even harsher penalties. So yeah, when the news goes on and they say things that they know to be lies, like they did to Kyle Kashev and not Kyle Kashev, but Nick Sandman, the Covington Catholic kids, and Kyle Rittenhouse, even when they actually go and do that stuff, they could actually be criminally held liable for their words.
Yeah, the same thing with the whole thing with the PP dossier that Hillary Clinton's campaign paid for, and they kept sharing it, knowing it was fake.
Trump decided not to do it because he was not about to have the wife of a former president arrested. He actually showed mercy. Yeah. But the second that they are in control, what do they try to do? They try to have his ass fucking locked up.
They haven't shown. Sorry.
Go ahead.
They need to, or Trump needs to say, you know what? I'm done with mercy. Your asses are getting fucking locked up.
Yeah, but again, he can't say that now. It has to happen because again, here's what's going on. When just like these codes right here, and that's one of the things I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be reviewing the U.S. code and basically, putting some proposals together. Working with Haya to do that right now. We're actually putting some laws together or some acts together to help out. So here's the thing. This is what I'm saying. When you have the media, you have articles being written about telling Trump calling Trump a adjudicated rapist and a convicted 34 count convicted felon.
Yeah.
Now, those are legal terms. What does it mean? Adjudicated rapist. What does that mean? What is found guilty? A felon guilty on 34 counts. 34 counts of what? They don't stay. They don't speak.
They don't have to. Nobody ever expects them to answer anything. They don't.
Correct.
They don't follow through on anything, and nobody pushes it. Just like I said, the Constitution.
The media is not pushing back.
Only a piece of paper unless it's backed up by the law. So if we don't have a judge or a court or police officers or anybody that's going to back up the Constitution, then the Constitution is just a piece of paper. That's all it is. It means nothing.
Oh, I totally forgot something. Remember okay, Biden out, Kamala in, and then the idea, also the other ruse they have is a correlating kind of thing. Because again, a month from now too, like the September 18th, is the sentencing hearing for Trump.
Yeah, that's in September, right?
September 18th. So basically, they are basically saying that everyone on the left is saying that's the day that he goes to Rikers. And they again, they have no mercy. And again, here's the thing, and I got to tell people, I thought about this long and hard. It's not about Trump. It's us. It's you. It's I. Trump is our proxy.
He's only standing in their way.
Yes, they want to go after you. It's not about Trump getting out of the way. It's when they say Trump's a racist, they're saying I am a racist because I am Trump. We forget to say everything that he is. And again, I'm gonna attack. He is, and we are going to save the republic. And I'm going to tell them. I'm going to say, I did it already. I've been sending out messages to Kamala directly. Direct DMs. I've been copying everything because I'm putting it out there. I'm done because democracy is evil, and I'm going to tell them that. I'm going to tell her to their face. Democracy is evil, and we live in a republic. Get educated because you are completely incompetent. And again, the fact that right now we don't know where Biden is, you're complicit or incompetent. Which one is it, Kamala? What are you doing? Debate. And I want anybody out there to debate me on any topic right now. I can do it. I'm just done with this shit.
I mean,
again, the time for regular, ordinary men to do nothing is over. You have to do something. And it's not about doing a podcast, it's doing something. My intention is to review the US code and change it. Get rid of all. I want the 10th Amendment to be installed as the sovereign aspect. Federal government should be restricted. And everything they're talking about, the big talking point now, what is it? What is the thing? Healthcare. What's the term they use for abortion all the time? The women's healthcare or something like that, or
women's.
No, not birth control. There's another word.
Health. Women's. Fuck. What was it?
I don't even know they're gobbledygook, but they don't call it abortion.
I don't believe in any of that shit. So
no, but again, they're saying all this stuff, and then Roe v. Wade,
health we have to rights or some shit.
Yeah, put it back. They don't understand the federal system. They want democracy. They want to have mob rule.
Yeah, there it is.
Reproductive rights.
Yeah, reproductive rights. Okay, they talk. We have to do it for morons.
What's funny though is they say reproductive rights, but they don't ever fight to save a kid. They all fight to kill them. So it doesn't make any. It isn't reproductive if you're not producing anything.
But again, here's the thing, and this is why this is a very good topic. We have to bring out this topic. It's a third rail. We have to do it because it's been resolved already, morons. We live in the United States of America. Each state is responsible. If you want to live in California and do, or Virginia, or I'm not saying Virginia, California or Oregon, I should say Oregon is better yet. If you want to be able to delete yourself, go to Oregon. I don't care. If you want to have 10 kids in a row and abort them all when they're born, go to Oregon and do that. That's what we live in the federal system. The states are more supreme. And again, it relates to things. Native Texan. I live in Illinois. We identify by our states. The 10th Amendment is the one to do that, and that's what they have to do. That is over. When they keep on saying we're going to fight for reproductive rights, we're going to do that. It's already over. It's done. If a corporation like United Airlines did it, where they said they're here in Illinois, they were getting people from Texas and flying their people to Illinois to have abortions.
Well, here's corporation was
doing. The sad thing is, as I've talked to, I don't know how many people, maybe 20 people, a couple men, and the rest were women. And they all believe, because of the rhetoric they hear, they believe that Trump stopped women from being able to get an abortion. And I'm like, that's not true. The truth is, it went back to the states. So if you live in a state that allows you to get an abortion, then you can get an abortion.
Go for it.
Okay. So California, I think New York, I don't know what other states have it, but most of them, it's between, years ago, it used to be between the woman and her doctor. If she goes to the doctor, the doctor took care of whatever the problem was, and it was nobody's business. Nobody knew because it was only between the woman and the doctor. But for some reason, now it's everybody's business.
But this is the quantification between a republic and a democracy. They want democracy. They want everybody to have access to it at all times. And they want people, and they want it. They want what she says. They want that equal outcome.
Yeah, equity.
Yes. No, not equal outcome. Okay. Now, and then I want the republic. If you want to, again, the same thing happened with the marijuana. If you want to go to Colorado, California, and do it, go. I don't care. And here's an unknown now. You can do it here. That's the way it's done. It's not like, again, the idea. How would you say it? They would push the Democrats would push. We have to have a law that says it's legal everywhere. The Republicans say no. States decide where it goes. Simple. It's simple. It's bottom up, not top down, and that's what they're getting hit. And I'm going to continue to hammer democracy is evil and explain it as these simple examples. And they're still touting the whole idea of Project 2025, which is hilarious. It is completely hilarious. Heritage Foundation is just as federal the comparison to me is if Federal Express changes something and you think that the federal government is responsible for it, it's totally different. Heritage Foundation is a think tank organization that comes up with policy papers and does stuff. That's what their agenda. And again, that agenda is whatever they want, all those things.
Trump denounced it.
Trump denounced it, but you would do that at the state level, not the federal level. Again, some states don't want that, and it's fine.
Speaking of Roe v.
Sorry.
So do you want me to pull up this article?
Not yet. Okay. That's after this bit. But speaking of Roe v. Wade, Harris and them are running on that they're going to codify Roe v. Wade, folks. The point or the absolute truth of it is they can't. It is impossible to introduce it back into a federal standpoint. To create an amendment, you need 3/4, 75% of the entirety of Congress. You also need 3/4 of the states, all the states. You also need 2/3 of the Senate, a supermajority.
Well, see, they know that. They know that. This is the talking point.
They know
this
that.
is sticks and points. That's all. That's all it's for.
They know that, but the common person doesn't. And that's why people need to start pushing that. I mean, if Trump and J.D. Vance were to actually go out and say they are saying they want to reinstitute Roe v. Wade, they can't do that because it's literally impossible. They would have to do 3/4 of Congress, 2/3 Senate, not to mention the supermajority of the 50 states. They are unable to get all of that. They will never get Roe v. Wade back up there because it is not, or because one, it is unconstitutional by the constitutional law of laws prohibit the ending of a life. So yeah, they can't ever make it a constitutional law because it literally violates the Constitution. It is called law of land. And they are folks, whenever they are going after Trump with whatever thing, they can keep trying. Trump is going to keep winning. Now, if this judge puts him in prison, New York City will be a war zone. There will be riots. There will be all sorts of shit because everybody knows that was a kangaroo court. Everybody knows it was false. They have still not defined the 34 felonies. that alone in itself is illegal, and that judge should be disbarred, not just removed
How
from the
come
bench.
no
completely
other
disbarred.
court has overruled?
Well, once they do, they
What's
should
going
also
on?
bring that judge before the Bar Association and completely strip him. The 14th Amendment has some problems in it, but not or they're not, or the 14th Amendment was basically a grandfather clause, essentially. But staying on topic, all of this stuff that they're doing with Trump, which is now a good time to put up the article, Janet.
Okay.
I mean, that's all very horrifying. But when you also learn that the U.S. or that the FBI allowed a terror watch list suspect who had a plot to assassinate our president or former president at the point,
Yeah.
they allowed him into the United States. They caught him at the border, and then they released him. They knew who he was, and they fucking released him. So I'm going to read this for you, folks.
Okay.
This is insane.
Despite being flagged as being on a terror watch list and having close ties to Iran, the Pakistani man charged with plotting to assassinate Donald Trump and other government figures, Asif Raza Merchant, was allowed to enter the United States under a special parole program. According to Just the News, which obtained government documents on the subject, the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force had interviewed Merchant when he arrived at Houston's George Bush International Airport in April and fingerprinted him. They knew this guy was a terrorist, and yet they fucking let him in. They also the contents of his electronic devices. The task force let Merchant leave under significant public health parole that expired on May 11th. Merchant was allowed to stay in the U.S. beyond this expiration date. The FBI's interview memo stated, subject was polite and cooperative throughout the encounter. It later added, subject's notable travel outside of country of citizenship includes a recent trip to Iran. The memo states that Merchant was released without incident and free to travel to desired destination. What's to stop him from going to Mar-a-Lago with a bomb?
Not the FBI, apparently.
Which was listed as a family member's Texas home. Immigrant records from Merchant's arrival in the country shown that he was flagged by the Department of Homeland Security database with watch list and lookout qualified person of interest written on it. Merchant was arrested on July 12th and charged with connection with the plot to assassinate Trump. The day before the attempt went off. And the other government officials. He plotted with a person who believed could assist him in the plot, with that person reporting Merchant to law enforcement and becoming a confidential source. Merchant attempted to hire a hitman to carry out the deed that was planning on leaving the country on July 12th. The subject or law enforcement officials who spoke to Just the News in April stated that the parole in Merchant's case allowed agents to attempt to turn Merchant to a cooperator or into a cooperator or try to determine why he was in the country and who he could be working with. U.S. Citizenship and Immigration states that there is no statutory or regulatory definition of significant public benefit. Parole based on the significant public benefit includes, but is not limited to, law enforcement and national security reasons or foreign or domestic policy considerations. USCIS officers look at all the circumstances presented in the case. They took a person, folks, who was on a terror watch list and let him into the United States. Now, yes, this man has been arrested, but they still let him travel freely throughout the United States. They want Trump dead.
He contacted all his sleeper agents.
Yes, they have so many fucking terrorists that have entered the United States that Kamala Harris let in.
Yeah.
It is her fucking fault.
We're in that 90-day period. You got
In that-
August, September, October. Jesus.
In that freaking debate, when it comes up, I hope Trump says they are actually trying to assassinate me, and here's the fucking proof. They let a terrorist who was plotting to assassinate me through the U.S. border after he was found, detained, and flagged. They let him through and released him into our country. What would have happened if this man showed up to my home in Florida? What would have happened if he had gone after a member of my family? I am seriously going to hire a special investigator into the United States federal government and the people who are in charge of it. Biden, Harris, and their entire cabinet will be criminally investigated. Because at this point, folks, it needs to happen. They need to be criminally investigated for allowing terrorists into our country without proper vetting. This person was on a fucking terrorist watch list.
I know, but the thing is, this one, okay, somebody found out that they let him in, and they knew that who he was because they found out who he was, right?
You know what they want?
How many more do you think there are? Over 30 million that we know of have come over the border.
They want what's happening in the UK to happen here. They want some incident to happen. They are dying for something to happen. They want something to happen. One of two ways. One, either someone does something stupid, or basically something horrific happens, and they want people to go to the streets, and they want to go after the Muslims. That's what they want. Because again, 2020, they went after they touted George Floyd. They haven't had they want their George Floyd. But the thing is,
there's so many people right now already here. Okay. And there's so many things they could blame them on. They could blame, that Russian guy that was here that supposedly stabbed all those people. They convicted him for that it wasn't self-defense, that him stabbing all those people was him just being a nut or whatever. And he's Russian. So you could have some Russian people supposedly retaliating and causing a big thing. No, what I'm saying is there's all these different people that are here, and this administration can use any of these things if multiple ones go off. Well, these people were retaliating and attacking people and blowing something up because they were mad because this guy got put in jail. For self-defense or whatever. And then they can say, these people are mad because they blow up some churches, because they're mad at the Jews, because of what's going on over in Gaza. See what I'm saying? They want so much chaos available to them. They can pick and choose what they want to happen.
Yeah, but I know. It's going to be Islamic. It has to be Islamic. That's the one to have it do.
Well, I'm sure that'll be something that's going to happen.
Russia's not going to do
fires, got earthquakes.
Right, Russia doesn't do anything. Does anything do anything domestic, and they're fine. Russia's not.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying they can use it to their benefit, whatever it is that they decide they want to do. But I want to throw this in real quick. This was one of the things that I thought was funny. It came across my timeline. Now, this is a parody. This is not real. This is a funny video. It's meant to make people laugh. It doesn't really mean that we're attacking anyone. This is just funny. So I announced that. So that way, hopefully we won't get trouble for it. But I think it's funny. And we all need to laugh once in a while. So I'm hoping this is it. I think it is. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to show this. Everybody used to know this TV show, right? Where he would travel from one person to another trying to fix some glitch. I can't remember the name of the show. I cannot remember the name of the show. Do you guys remember what it was?
No.
Okay, there was a TV series, and this actor used to use people's bodies, and his mind would go into these different people, and he'd have to do a certain act to get the person, because it was a glitch in time or something, and it caused people to do the wrong thing, and he has to go through and make them do the right thing to get back where he belongs. or something
Sounds
like that.
Time Cop or some shit.
Well, it was some type of travel movie or TV series or something. But this was funny because I remember the show, but I can't remember the name of it to save my life. Maybe someone in the chat will say it. But
Quantum Leap Spectacular. Jesus.
yeah,
How could I
Quantum
know
Leap.
it?
Oh yeah.
Quantum Leap. That's it. But it was really
You
good. It was
fool.
Scott Bakula. But
I saw every
is,
episode of this. This is one of my favorite shows.
You know what episode this is then, right? So
Yeah, it's a
watch
retarded
this.
episode.
Yeah, they'll watch. This is funny.
I'm retarded?
Not wrong.
I couldn't help it when I saw it. I was like, "Holy crap, that is so funny!"
That's fucking
When both of you guys had mentioned that earlier, and I was like, "Shit, I should have played it before that." But you guys said it naturally about what she is, basically. So I thought it would be funny to play, but it was. I thought it was great. Sorry, I had to add that in there. But I've been finding a few, like last night I played that little video about the guys that are sleeping and the girlfriends take the hot dogs and stick it in their pants. And then
the snips.
Okay,
yeah.
I thought that was great. But the guys, I'm sure you guys don't like that, but it was funny.
Well, no, I wouldn't even react and be like, okay. You tried
Yeah, but
snipping
it didn't hurt. It couldn't have hurt because it wasn't even them.
Yeah, all these
But
people
the
are
fact that they
freaking
all
out. It's like,
freaked out. Every one of them.
Yeah.
So they must have been really afraid of their women. Their women must kick their ass a lot or something. I don't know. I just thought it was funny though.
I have no idea. I just don't get it.
I just thought it was great. But now I'm going to share this because I thought this was something else I saw. I thought it was very, very, very inspiring, and we need that. We need to stay on course, keep doing what we're doing, trying to share the truth, get more people to see it, and research for themselves. That's another reason why I like to share links, because I want people to take their time and look things up. But have you guys seen this? Are you better off than you were 4 years ago? Have you guys seen this?
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Yeah, I saw it back in 1984.
Ronald Reagan, who has a few questions for you.
All of you will go to the polls. You'll stand there in the polling place and make a decision.
Go to the polls, get in. Just kidding.
I think when you make that decision, it might be well if you would ask yourself, are you better off than you were 4 years ago? Is it easier for you to go and buy things in the stores than it was 4 years ago? Is there more or less unemployment in the country than there was 4 years ago? Is America as respected throughout the world as it was? Do you feel that our security is as safe, that we're as strong as we were 4 years ago? If you don't think that this course that we've been on for the last 4 years is what you would like to see us follow for the next 4, then I could suggest another choice that you have.
President Trump. He'll make America great again.
I love that. I think it's great. I'm going to share share that in the chat for everyone who's interested. I really do wish more people would sit down and look at their life, sit down at the table, talk to your family, and ask them, what do we want in the next 4 years? What do we want our future to look like? Have you had a hard time trying to get another job? Have you had a hard time paying your bills? Paying for gas and groceries, things like that. Your health care, all those things. If it's worse, why? Common sense. Think about it. So I just really think that more people need to really think about that, because they're not. I'm not. I definitely am not. But and we make bad choices when we don't have a good environment, basically. But I want to share. Let me see. I'm trying to find this one. I want to share something that's good. I want to share a good thing. A couple weeks ago, I had the Shepherd's Watch, a friend of mine named Brandy that represents the Shepherd's Watch on my Team Shit Show 2.0. And I wanted to share something good that happened with Shepherd's Watch Foundation. 14 arrested in human trafficking sting at San Diego Comic-Con. It says 10 potential sex trafficking victims were rescued and offered options for aftercare help. These big events most definitely are hot spots for this type of activity. I just wanted everybody to see that good stuff does happen if you have people that care, that people do something about it. So the fact that these people were taken out of the trafficking, it makes me feel good. And it makes me feel proud to have friends like Brandy that work for Shepherd's Watch Foundation. And this is what they do. They try to find these kids, and they have special people that go in and take them out of the trafficking that they're in. So I just wanted you guys to see that, because I feel really good that good stuff does happen if we all work together. Because the only reason they find these kids is because somebody called the tip line. Somebody saw something and made a choice to call their sheriff's department or whatever because they felt something wasn't right. So if you have a gut feeling that something doesn't look right, don't be embarrassed that, I might be wrong and it might embarrass the family. I can tell you right now, if someone came up to me and thought I had one of my daughters was being trafficked, I would feel good. I mean, might be embarrassing if the cops had to pat me down and search my purse or investigate and ask my kid, if I'm their mother or whatever. But the fact that someone cared enough about a total stranger's kid to make that phone call to find out whether or not that child was being trafficked, that's a good thing. That's what God wants us to do. God wants us to protect the kids that no one's protecting and help them get back home or to their family members or whatever. So I just want to say I'm just happy about it. I'm really proud that happened and that she was on my show and talked about it a couple times already. But it made me feel really good to see that. So let me find out what the next thing was here. Here's the next thing that I found. It came across my timeline. It's about Nancy Pelosi's son. I thought it was very important that maybe somebody hadn't seen it. So I'm going to share this real quick. If I can make sure I open the right one. Yeah, here we go. I'm getting a little better. But I didn't know if anybody saw this. I'll share this on the timeline so you can read it. It says, I'm as open-minded as the next guy, but people is a drug I just associate with evil. Okay. I'm not entirely sure the Asian girl is 18. Vote below whether you think she's turned 18 or not, is what this post says. But it's a Nancy Pelosi's son with a tied up Asian girl doing lines of coke. If you see this picture right here, it's hard to tell, but you can look at it. And I just want people to see this. Still think this is Russia disinformation. This was on the laptop that was just used in Hunter Biden's court case that went to trial. I guess it was for his illegal purchase of a gun or something like that. So, yeah. So this was on that computer.
I can see the face through the yellow markings on that photo to try to cover up the girl.
Yeah.
That girl is under the age of 16, guaranteed.
Well, the thing is, maybe now that the truth is finally coming out, because now that the laptop has been proven to be his, maybe this would be Hunter Biden's way of getting out of some of the stuff, because he starts telling the truth about some of the other information that's on this laptop. So
Pelosi's son needs to be arrested immediately.
Yeah, they all need to be arrested.
Here's something that I watched FNT today, and it was very enlightening because he had Kurt Metzger on, and I thought he was going to be more funny, but he was more serious about what was going on. And the reason I bring it up is because he brought up these things. And first, I remember seeing recently, you can look it up, the elite buying whole hotels and using them. And here's the thing: when you go to a hotel in Vegas or anywhere big, who usually greets you? It's a beautiful young woman. Those women, they traffic them, they sex traffic them, and they're doing this. And it's happened where they have these parties where the elite or these people have money will buy out an entire hotel, pay everybody off. If they like somebody, they'll get them, and they expect that they can do these things because we give them credence because no one reports about it. So then the idea here that we got to go through Hunter, we got to go through Pelosi, we have to go it's the whole system. The corruption at the government right now is incestuous. You had people that were working in Trump's administration that are now part of Pfizer. You have people that worked in CNN that are now part of Google. It's again, it's just a cabal of pedos and all the draft trafficking, everything that they complain about. We're going to fix border. You fucked it up. You don't want to fix it. Neither side really wants to fix it when you think about it, because it benefits them. The Democrats want more people here so they get more votes. And then you've got the corporate rhinos that want people here because they want cheap labor. It's all about profit. They want to make money, and they're going to do it anyway, and then throw you in the wolves. We're living in Squid Game. Everybody is fighting. If some people keep their head down, work, and then live a good life, and then they don't do anything, and they're going to live that life in obscurity. And those that want to stand up and do something, they take risks. They either fail or fall down. And then you got those that are rebels that don't want to disrupt and make a change and will do whatever. But that distinction there is you have people that could protest, and you have Kamala doing it where they have the $1,500 will pay you to do that. You have these streamers that are now coming out saying they're calling me, they're contacting me, want to do it. I don't want to do this, offering money, but then no one believes it. Oh yeah, they're just saying that because again, that's manipulated. They are being drugged. I saw somebody. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place, but it's the fact that all of this is not just Hunter, not just Nancy. It's everybody. You remember what happened to Pepe, his gay lover, and Pelosi. You have what's going on. They had the cocaine in the White House, and still we know nothing.
A couple of times. It's been more than once. Yeah.
We have this the Epstein list. And nobody's been prosecuted.
No one's seen it. It's still locked up by the judge.
And Kurt Metzger said David Geffen makes Epstein look like a schoolboy, and he's Hollywood. It's right now.
And also remember, Homeland Security went into P. Diddy's 2 homes,
and nothing happened because again he's a CIA asset. But
the thing is, we know that it's all over the place. But we're not getting, as American citizens, we're not getting the facts. We're not getting the truth. We can't even find out what happened. Well, we're slowly finding out because so many people are wanting to see the truth about the shooting, the assassination attempt.
But again, the people are demanding. People are clamoring for these things. On one side, you go to Google or anything like that, or ChatGPT. They were tweeting that said Trump wasn't shot.
Yeah, I know.
Get it.
They're doing the best they can to stop any of the facts from coming out. But if we keep doing what we're doing, we're slowly picking away with ice picks at the giant statues. You see, it's slowly starting to crumble. Little bits here, little bits there, like this. Who would have ever believed that this photo would ever be seen? Nobody believed it would be, but it is. See, it is now for whatever reason, and we can't just let it just fall to the wayside. Just like those kids, those girls, they just say.
Remember, this is only first step.
People in charge of chat. No, go ahead, finish up.
No, it's only
It's
only
the
first step.
One thing I want to add to what you were saying
cannot be happy. We have to pretend we're down. We have to pretend that it's going on. We know what's going on: fentanyl, child trafficking, abusing. Again, if Kamala Harris is responsible because it's under Biden, the administration stopped testing DNA testing at the border. They don't want you to know that they're not their parents. They're bringing people in.
They don't want the responsibility of having to say, "Oh, the test said that those kids don't have any relation."
No,
to you.
it's more.
You
It's
can't
more.
let them take them."
It's more insidious than that. They want the child trafficking. They want your.
No,
kid.
I know, but they want plausible reasons why they didn't go through with it or why they didn't do this. See, so that just like it's oh well, we forgot to do this test, or we forgot to pick that piece of paper up, or we forgot to file that document. You know what I'm saying? They leave a huge paper trail with wide open gaps, so nobody can get blamed. Everybody's going to be walking around going, "It was that person. It was that person. It was that person." See, so nobody ever gets punished. That's why, just like the list, the Epstein list still isn't out. Why? Where is all the uproar?
Because everybody in government, everybody in Hollywood, everyone corporate is involved. They're complicit to this. That's why.
Because what other possible reason common sense would tell you that why they don't want to release anything? Because too many people that are involved, the huge people, rich politicians, movie stars, actors, all these people are involved, and that would collapse the whole thing because there's hundreds of people on this list.
Hey, highlight Six Nations Kings thing real quick.
Which one? This one?
The weaponized autism.
Okay. And that's kind of ironic because they caused autism too. This whole system did that. Again, they want you as a drone. They want you to be broken. I was here. I was here at this, looking around, and the food they have bad food here. But again, it's basically food that they think is good. One of the ladies in the reception, the nurses, was eating like Oreos and hot flaming Cheetos. And I told them, that's full of chemicals, right? It's been proven that hot flaming Cheetos they put in an addictive substance to make you want to eat more of them. I never had them. I don't eat Cheetos. I'm not an idiot. Or Oreos. But again, the whole idea, the system is made to poison you, poison your mind, poison your soul. And again, we're too busy because we were taught that the American dream was one thing. It's a consumerism. I don't like the consumerism aspect. And it goes to everything. Christmas, New Year. Everything's about go out there and
aspect.
Yeah, it's about consume. It's not about to enrich.
The thing that I shared it's all right. The thing I shared a while back, folks, because Ruben mentioned Chat GDP claiming that Trump never got hit by a bullet or Trump never got shot. If law enforcement could or did their job, people at Google would be arrested right now for maliciously malicious spread of false information under Article 18. Yeah, that is why we actually need people to actually have the guts, have the balls to actually go after these people.
So then, here's what I'm going to let you all know what I'm trying to do, or I've made this decision because again, I'm still recovering, but I'm as soon as I get my funds because my wife had passed away and all that stuff, and I'm still waiting to go through all that.
Yeah,
I'm going to start doing something. Johnny Appleseed or whatever is going around. Like I said, I want to review the code and quantify, and then if I see something that's broken, I want to basically take it to the court litigation and over the system. That's what I want to do. And again, look at everything and let's go back. I want the 10th Amendment to be strong again, and I want that third convention of states. Those are my three things I want to do. I'm done with this. Again, civil war solves nothing. Beating them at their game is another. I'm done. I'm going to beat them. I've already called out. I have every single day I see something, I basically call it out. I'm starting to do that on my Twitter. You can go look at it on my Twitter, where my first thing is basically the whole fossil fuel thing. There is no such thing as a fossil fuel. It doesn't exist. It's a lie.
It's a hydrocarbon.
Yes, it's natural. And again, coal is natural, all that stuff. And then again, it's done. And it's just to scare you into these things. And climate change, and I brought the whole idea. Okay. You fucking idiots all wore a mask, okay? I never did, and I know that most people that were unvaccinated never wore a mask because they don't give a shit. But again, why are the landfills and all that still filled with masks? Who did it? Who did it? Not me. I have a zero carbon footprint if you want to go use your terminology. I cook my own food. We again, that's the whole idea. That's the thing. We have to release common sense. I'm Jennifer Another Planet. I have goats. I have chickens. I take care of myself. I food my own too. I don't go to Starbucks and get a latte. I don't wear the latest designer things. I make my own. I make my own clothes, and I make my own purses, and that's it. And the thing is that Gen X, like me, and again, I like that ourselves, and I guess I agree. All of us would say the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
If the things were just normal, all I want is peace. I want to just live my life and be happy. I don't want to be involved in this shit. I liked politics. I'm saying past tense because it was about the debate. There was an issue. We came to the open forum, not behind the and talked about it. And if you liked it, you did it. And this goes back to the distinction I told you: a federal system. You're in California. You don't want to have an abortion. You have children pass away. That's the one I don't really give a shit about because again, it's not my kid. I don't give a fuck. I don't. Because again, long term, if you have conservatives that want kids and liberals that don't, what happens after a while? They die off. Let them die off.
Well, they are. They are right now.
That's what I'm saying. Fight the good fight. Fight for school. Just the right to have a good school and get rid of the Department of Education. Get rid of it. It's gone. Department of Energy, gone. If you look at every single department that's been created through the administrative deep state stuff, because I call it deep states, this is all administrative bullshit. Everything they've instituted has been a disaster. Homeland Security, Patriot Act, disaster. Department of Education, no leave child behind, disaster. Again, they and it's so stupid. Create the problem, provide the solution, take credit. It's a bigger. It's just stupid. But the way the system is, they want you you get up, you have to work, you have to go this. And they want you to be a worker. They don't want you to be. You are just a cog in the wheel of their own setting. That's what they want. Again, I can't understand. Don't go to college. Don't go to school. Learn a trade, do something, and create a business. That's what I did. Create a business, do something.
What you were just talking about.
Sorry.
Was one of the things that brought me to this.
Go ahead.
Okay, I don't know if any of you've seen this. It says 4 years on and still one of the best COVID truth bomb rants you'll ever hear. Okay, but he talks more about not just COVID. He talks about other things. Almost everything that you were just went on your conversation that you just had. So I want to share this with everyone while they're thinking about what you just talked about. So listen to what this young man has to say. He's a doctor. Okay, so let's listen to him.
My name is Dr. Tapper. I am in private practice in Omaha, Nebraska. I don't wear a mask. I see over 200 patients a week. I come in close proximity with every patient that I come across. Why haven't I contracted this so-called disease? Americans make up 5% of the world population, but yet we take in 65 to 70% of the world's pharmaceutical drugs. We are one of 2 countries that allows pharmaceutical advertisements on the television. But yet 80% of Americans are suffering with a chronic disease associated with poor lifestyle choices. 700,000 people will die of heart disease this year alone.
Doctor, please bring yourself in order.
600,000 people will die of cancer. 300,000 people will die of obesity this year. When is enough enough?
What the fuck did that guy just say?
If this is truly about health,
Hold yourself in order, tell him
healthy
to
living,
fuck off,
exercise.
Yeah,
that faggot. Sorry, I'm done. No. I want to talk to this motherfucker and call him out on Twitter. I'm done with this shit. I'm
not this
videos.
guy. The guy that's off.
No,
screen
not this
said
guy.
it.
The guy off screen. I know that.
Yeah, but just finish. Listen to what he's saying. This is him talking to these people, trying to get them to answer some of the things that they're trying to force on people. Okay, that's what he was trying to do. He's trying to get them to listen and make better decisions.
Good food choices, chiropractic, outlaw tobacco and cigarettes, processed sugars. I believe it was Thomas Jefferson who stated, if people let the government decide what foods they eat and what medicines they take, their bodies will soon be in a sorry state as those souls who live under tyranny. You see, God made your body self-healing, self-regulating. If you give the body what it needs, it can be healthy. It is like the wilted plant that sits under the sun. An allopathic model to that is to shield the sun, to protect that plant against the sun, cut off its leaves, medicate or vaccinate that plant. But an epigenetic approach, a wellness approach, is to give that plant water, and it can be well. You see, your body is no different. We must eat well, move well, think well, and we can be well. In other words, your level of health is the genetic expression of your lifestyle choices. And I know full well that your body's ability to heal itself, to overcome disease and circumstances like corona, is far greater than anyone has ever permitted you to believe. Benjamin Rush, a signer of the Declaration of Independence, stated, unless we put medical freedom into the Constitution, a time will come when medicine will organize into an undercover dictatorship to restrict the art of healing to one class of men and deny equal privileges to others. That time is now. These masks have absolutely nothing to do with health, but everything to do with the complying with a false flag, tyrannical agenda. If we sacrifice our precious freedoms for temporary security, we will lose both. If you can't comprehend that statement, if you are blind to this agenda, then I am sorry. You have the eyesight of an eagle, but the vision of a clam.
Hear, hear.
Yeah, but
that's
the thing.
basically what you were just saying about people wearing the masks.
Right.
Being forced to do something that they don't want to do, and when because it's they want you to be under control, not you. And you should have the right to say, I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not afraid of getting it.
Everybody here wears a mask, and I don't. And I walk around like going, and again, it reminds me that's a funny analogy is the Matrix. And again, these are Agent Smiths, and that's not too far of a reach. Remember, Tim Waltz wanted people to rat on people who had parties that were outside, didn't do it stuff. Again, they want, and that's communism, folks. That's China. Remember the whole the two-child policy or one-child policy, and they had these mothers or city mothers or whatever regions that they would go in, and they would snoop on. They'd be Karen. They'd be the Chinese Karens. So we go around and basically say, you have this, you have that. They want you gone. It's just insane. And again, make her president, go do your win, and then she owns everything, and she's to be demolished. And again, I'm on Twitter. I'm challenged. I directly send messages to her all of the stuff, and no one replies. No one does it because again, go to my Twitter. You see it. I just replied back and that's all the bullshit because I'm done with this. I am done. It's again, how'd you say it? The bottom line statement I've said to myself is, we love Star Wars. We've watched these movies about the hero doing something. And again, I'm not a hero, but I have the courage enough to stand up and say this enough. And I'm done because again, I know this is all wrong. And I'm sick and tired of someone saying, don't be so political. Don't be so this. No, I'm being realistic. This is insane. You are killing yourselves. And do you want me to, if you want to do it, go ahead, but don't drag down the world. And you're doing this. War is going to break out. Domestic violence is going to break out. Depression is going to happen. It's insane what we're doing. Yeah, I know it's going to stop it.
The thing is, if we don't keep doing what we're doing right now, like I just shared that link from that doctor in the chat, okay? And that was an older video when they were forcing people to wear masks, to get the jab, to stay 6 feet away, all those different things that they were saying, but Fauci had made up. And he already said under oath that wearing the mask, they just made it up. They knew because the box itself said it doesn't prevent any of these things. But
Right.
people are so programmed to believe it. Okay.
Yep.
That's why half the stores I didn't go to. I didn't go to restaurants. I didn't go to a lot of places because I have allergies and I can't wear a mask all the time. It to me is stupid. Okay.
Right.
So I just said, screw it. I'm just not going to do it. And I didn't.
The link
Okay?
doesn't. The link you sent doesn't work according to.
Oh, I just had it opened.
Oh no, that link is wrong. I couldn't see it. It's very wrong.
Oh Jesus!
What
My
is it?
friend on he is such an asshole.
But what was the link? What did it
I have
go
no
to?
idea.
No,
Let me-
the link is it's not again. You put down the bookmarks link, which is wrong.
Oh, okay. Let me get back on there.
You
I'll
said
get
you said a general link. You didn't send a specific one. Sorry.
Okay, let me find it real quick.
Hey Bruce,
But,
what's been going
Bruce,
on? You're here.
How are you? I thought I was going to ask him real quick.
Sorry.
That's all right. Go ahead.
Had a pretty good week. Didn't die. Didn't have any problems. Didn't run over anybody. You know, all in all, a successful week. Got some hours in. Painting some figurines as usual. Just had supper. Anybody want to talk about horses?
Is that what you
What
got in
about
trouble
horses?
for?
there's this guy, this really weird guy that just gives me creepy
I'll be
uncle vibes named
Whoops.
Tim Walls. And there's
Yeah.
supposedly something that he did with a horse. Has anybody else?
Yes,
Oh my
I've
God!
seen-
Don't tell me
I've
that this
seen a
man
whole bunch-
freaking fucked a horse.
No, I've got
swallowed
some.
into a gallon of horse cock semen, and he had to go to the hospital to be treated to get his
Oh,
stomach
please tell me
pumped.
this.
I've not heard this get debunked properly. And I'm waiting for the proper debunking. They've already thrown out their like weak sauce debunks. Oh, that didn't happen. Oh, no. Look at the
Wait,
other
what
article.
happened? He blew a horse.
Let me see if I can find the article. Isn't it in our messages
I think
under
it
the shit show chat? Because it was
Yeah,
a newspaper
he pulls a
article.
Kinky Kelly.
Yeah, it was a newspaper article. So let me see if I can find it and I'll bring it up. So give me a
not
second. There's a
only
lot.
it's
There's a lot of shit in here.
I don't know if
Welcome
this
to the shit show.
I don't know
Yeah.
if it's a false article because in a Dr. Evil led society, you would have this article be the bullshit. Like, oh, that's not true. No, he did not swallow horse cum, up to a gallon of which. And instead, they would not only knock away that, accusation, hey, didn't you suck off a horse? But then they would like shut down all the veterans, like, shut up about stolen valor. We know you were lying about the horse too, and they would try to shut us all down. But I've not seen a proper debunking on either the stolen valor, the inappropriate addressing of rank, which he never earned, stolen valor, or the horse. Like I'm not hearing it.
Okay, here you go. Can you
Yep.
you want to see it? It's
Yeah,
a newspaper article that somebody posted, and it says local man stomach pumped after neighborhood dare goes wrong.
Look
Okay,
at the
this is a
author.
Nebraska man, Bob. I can't remember his name. I can't pronounce the last part of it. What does it say? Overton, something.
No, it's
Bob
it's a
O'Boston.
satire article.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was trying to show.
So it's not true.
It's not
thereby,
true.
Yeah.
It's a joke. But I'm saying it's a joke because I wanted. He asked someone to prove it to him,
is.
right? This is made fun
dude, it
of.
was
They're
debunked.
making fun of him. It's not real. It's a fake
It's definitely
article.
not something that I would want to push on a fucking political scale because
No.
that will only get people
Yeah.
or people
This is
to
fake.
lose.
But I wanted Bruce to see that it
Completely
is
fake.
not a true story. It's a prank. They're making fun of this guy.
Okay. 'Cause
Okay.
That's about all I could come up with. Like that Bob Boston. That's the only thing that's like.
Yeah, it's not real. It's a fake
Yeah.
article.
But
that was a completely fake article.
I
dude.
think they put this article out once they realized the vet community was going to go after him hard for him being stolen valor, not wanting to go deploy like everybody else. I think
now that's been proven true. That he
Yes.
did say some things that he shouldn't know, because they even changed their own website to take down some of the stuff that they had added because he supposedly had done some things that he didn't. And even they took it down. You know, their website with them running as VP, that website. But no, when you were saying that, I wanted to show you that this is one of the things that people were putting out, but it is a fake article, you know, because you can make fake, lots of fake stuff. And even though I don't know this guy, I mean, I just know he's a governor, right?
He's a piece of shit, Janet.
Okay. Well, the thing is, I'm not going to say something's real or that I know it's real when I know it's not real. Okay. Because it isn't.
Okay.
At least that story, as far as I know, is a fake story. They made it up to be mean and make fun of him. But now the stolen valor has been proven that he embellished a bunch of stuff about that to make himself look better. Now that's a fact. But this other thing is not true. But it made you laugh a little. You know, it made you chuckle. But it's not real.
That story has the right amount of medical information and ferocity to where you think he actually swallowed horse cum.
No, he didn't.
He swallowed it.
Yeah,
anyway.
it's fake. But the other article that I had, I saved it to the last part of the show because I didn't want to get too many people upset about it. But I wanted you guys to see this one. So here we go. All right. Did you guys see this? You guys know who the libs of TikTok are, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It says undercover video shows Planned Parenthood employees admitting and laughing about the selling of organs and dismembered body parts from aborted babies. They said this wasn't happening, but here's the proof. Now, we don't have to watch the video if you guys don't want to, okay? But because YouTube is very pissed off. I was going to say I could turn off YouTube and we can just do it on Rumble and X if you guys want to watch the video. But I will share this link in the chat, and then someone can tell me if it works or not, because I didn't get to go back and do the other one yet. But the thing is that this kind of stuff is important that we get it out. And I too try to talk about it. And I've done it. I've had one of my shows taken down. Like I said, 2 weeks ago, my Thursday night shit show or team shit show was taken down because I played a cartoon that talked about how they used the parts from aborted fetuses to make vaccinations. And they said I was a cyber bully. So they took it down.
Let's do we should probably stop on YouTube then if this is going to be that.
Well, I won't show the video. I just shared the link, and the people in the chat, if they are interested in watching it, they can. I watched it. And
give me a chance to end my stuff then.
Okay. Well, no, I'm just saying I'm not going to show it. I'll just won't show the video. Then. Everyone else that wants to watch it, I shared it in the chat. If you want to see the video, it's in there. If you want to see it, come to my Twitter page. It's on my timeline. If you go into the media part of my timeline, you can watch it. I will not share it because I'm sure YouTube will throw a hissy fit. So I'm not going to show it. But if you want to see it, it's very informative. But I just wanted everybody to know about it. So that's why I was talking about it. So see, YouTube can curb our what we believe, to stop us from doing something that we believe is important. But you can watch it. So I'm sharing you the information, and you can look for yourself. There you go. So is there anything you want to talk about, Orange Hat? Anything else you wanted to bring up?
I covered all my stuff. Well, there is the Monty Khalif thing, the hermaphrodite who just won gold medal in the Olympics in women's boxing. Yeah. Now, folks, I have actually been covering this for a bit. I will be covering it on Sunday on the weekly recap. A lot of people are saying are calling Amani Khalif a pure male, which is not true. She is a hermaphrodite. She is born or genetically male. She has XY chromosomes. However, female genitalia, she was born with, and she probably, most likely, due to the hermaphrodism, has internal testes. She was, or she has a rare condition in which she cannot absorb the testosterone as much. So she overly processes it, which gives her a physical edge and a more masculine appearance due to that defect. She is, or the reason why people are making such a huge stink in this, saying that women don't belong in, or men don't belong in women's sports. It is true. Men don't belong in women's sports. However, this woman, which is again genetically male, physically female, hermaphrodite, and I kind of find it absolutely stupid that people like Tim Pool, Black Conservative Perspective, and all those other people, including black and white media and black and white sports, I think you guys should also point out that this person has hermaphrodism instead of saying that, oh, it's a male and it's brutalizing women. Yes, she has indeed brutalized women because she is beating up on women, but she is also a woman herself because she is both man and woman.
Yeah, and I want people to understand that, just like we talked about the last time we brought this up last week, is the fact it's like 1 in a million.
It's no fault of hers
to be born a hermaphrodite. A hermaphrodite doesn't know until their puberty what sex they're going to lean towards. Okay, this means because she has female genitalia and stuff like that, and she feels like a woman. Okay, that in future she can have babies. She has a uterus and ovaries. Okay,
uterus is compromised. She can't do that.
Well, the thing is, she has her own ovaries, so she can still have a baby that was genetically hers.
She'd have to have her nuts snipped first.
Well, yeah, because the hormones can cause her to have. The hormones from her testes can cause her to have miscarriages and stuff like that. But the thing is that she has the equipment she was born with, not something that was cut off and made to look like a vagina. Okay, she is biologically a woman. Okay, that's what people are not trying. They're not wanting to see that fact. She didn't ask to be born that way. She was made by God himself. Okay, she is a woman, but she's also a man. Okay, that is
she was a blend.
Her who she is, and she chose to become a boxer because that was the sport she chose. She could have played golf. She could have been a swimmer. She could have been a lot of things, but that's the sport that she chose, and she was good enough
to
go to the Olympics.
But here's the thing, folks. Now, again, due to her being also male, I do not believe she should have been allowed to perform in the Olympics. I am going to clarify that. She should not have been allowed to perform in female Olympics due to the fact that she biologically has a grossly humongous advantage. She
does have an advantage because of her being a hermaphrodite.
Her first opponent once, and that woman quit. And
but if the Olympics were held in the United States or another country, she may not have been able to
No,
fight.
she wouldn't. Or no, the Olympics would have allowed her still. The Olympics would have still. Yes.
Okay.
They would have, because the Olympics actually separated from the IBA, which is the International Boxing Association, which basically came to the Olympics and stated, yet you have 2 males participating in female boxing. They failed their gender test. And Cenk Uygur was on Piers Morgan the other day, folks, arguing with Riley Gaines. And I will comment on that in a little bit, the whole Riley Gaines thing. He's trying to do the mental gymnastics of, well, if she failed, or you didn't even declare what the test is, she failed the test and whatnot. You didn't even say what the test is. And it's like, dude, if you fail a gender test for female boxing, that means you are XY chromosome, not XX chromosome. There's only 2 fucking choices here, folks.
That's right.
So, Cenk Uyghur's a fucking retard for trying to do that straw man argument and thinking that people are gonna actually fucking believe that shit. As for Riley Gaines, I am very much supportive of her crusade for keeping men out of women's sports. However,
I am too.
I do not support Riley Gaines' support of Angela Carini in holding her up as some champion for being a willful victim of Imani Khalif. Angela Carini, folks, after she lost, clarified, I'm not doing this in protest. I support Imani Khalif. I hope she goes forward and wins. I wish her the best of luck. Angela Carini supports men in women's sports. So all these conservatives who donated over, I think, like $30,000 or $40,000 to Angela Carini, congratulations, you dumb fucks in the conservative circles. You just supported a person and the cause of men participating in women's sports. That is why you fucking wait. That is why you wait for more information. Steven Crowder said it best during the fucking Covington shit that went on. I was going to report on it, but something told me wait for a little bit, get more information. Lo and behold, here's the whole fucking video. So that's why people should fucking wait. Because you will get the full fucking context. Angela Carini is not a fucking victim. She fucking chose to go into the fucking ring with a biological or with a genetic male.
Yeah.
And a biological male / female. She supports males in female sports. She's not a victim, folks. She's what's known as a willing victim. So, congratulations to Riley Gaines for her crusade, but goddamn Riley Gaines for supporting males in female sports without doing your due diligence when looking into shit. You were so fucking quick to jump the gun that you fucking put yourself in front of it.
Yep. But see, that's the only reason I spoke out about it was the fact that I heard everybody saying two men, two transgenders were in the women's boxing. And that's what I was trying to tell people. One of them was a trans and one was not. One was born with both genders. That's not the same thing. And it's wrong to put her in the realm of it being a transgender because she was born that way. She didn't choose to be that way. Okay. Big difference. And I wanted people to understand that. That's why she has the male hormone in her bloodstream, is because she has male and female.
Yep. Also, for that gold medalist from Canada who was twerking and also selling her shit on OnlyFans, she deserves to be kicked out of the Olympics.
Who?
Yeah, there was a Canadian. There was a Canadian.
I didn't see that.
Olympian that is on OnlyFans twerking and shit. Tim Pool reported on it.
But I did see one thing.
Yeah, she should be kicked out because you don't.
I did see
fucking
something.
Porn on in the
A bunch
Olympics.
of men were saying that they were thinking about moving to Norway because they couldn't believe how damn good looking all them Norway girls were. Have you guys seen that?
You need to talk to my buddy Steve.
Oh yeah. Did you see the
really
one?
Pretty?
Yeah.
Apparently, some of those Norse women are very fucking hot.
Who's the one that did that? There was one that did the whole Russia thing, and then they did the Germany, and it was the German looks like a freaking transvestite bullshit. God, it was terrible.
So
Yeah,
I don't know. I haven't seen them because I haven't been watching the Olympics. I haven't been.
No, I'm
watching.
not watching.
I haven't
Olympics.
been
It's
watching them
just-
either.
It's just
Another
clips
fun
on
Twitter.
Bruce, did you get to see what any of these Norwegian women supposedly look like? Because they were
No,
saying
I
they're
could
hot.
do a Google search real quick, but
Okay, because
you have to understand, I like my girls a little thicker and Latina, so that's why we always show the.
Here we go
the horse
again.
riders.
he likes his to jiggle a lot too when they're
Yeah, he
riding
li-
horses.
He likes the roly polies. But going back to the Olympics, folks, for a second, you all know who Caitlin Clark is, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
The female best player in WNBA current.
They didn't get her in.
They didn't put her in, and due to that dumb bitch of a coach for Team USA snubbing her, Caitlin Clark, folks, her skill level was here when she got or before the snub. After the snub, she's up here, and not only that, the WNBA embarrassed Team USA in the All Stars, and not only that. Team USA, their fans at the Olympics were rooting for the other team because they snubbed Caitlin Clark. Not to mention their attendance for crowds and shit is the absolute last place for attendance and shit. And they were talking to the coach, and she's like, I couldn't give two shits. She is so fucking deranged that she can't handle the fact that she fucked up and she has to fucking wear it. And it's like, you should have fucking put him or her in. You don't understand that the fucking WNBA needs that promotional. They need all of that promotion right now. And here you have the best fucking player in the WNBA. She also happens to be a rookie, yeah, but she also deserves that spot because she's better than fucking Brittany Griner, who only played 2 games during her time in this season in the WNBA. And also, shout out to Caitlin Clark for the fact that she has been a trooper and a champion throughout all of the abuse she has suffered. She is not a rival of Angel Reese, as much as a lot of people have been trying to make her. Those two are actually friends and showed it in the game versus Team USA. They freaking were kicking ass together. And not only that, she acknowledges that a lot of the physicality in the game is just part of the game. She is a trooper through and through, and yet people are so pissed off that she, a white straight woman, is freaking the cause of a lot of the attention to the WNBA, and people can't handle that. And it's like, the WNBA, you fucked up. You should have fucking, or Team USA, you fucked up. You should have fucking put her on. You would have had a lot more people. You would have had millions of people tuning into the fucking Olympics. Instead, you chose to settle for tens of thousands. And therefore, you fucking caused a national embarrassment to happen that basically rivals Megan Rapinoe's embarrassing or rather disgraceful embarrassment during her time in the Olympics when she was kneeling for the national anthem and turning her back on her flag. I am sorry, folks, but when it comes to the U.S. Olympics, any Team USA coach, and I mean any Team USA coach, that allows disrespect towards our national anthem or our flag should be kicked out or should be removed and never allowed to coach in the Olympics ever again, as well as the players should be permanently banned from the Olympics, as well as disgracefully removed from the Olympics, meaning you have fucking camera crews showing them being expelled. That should have happened to Megan Rapinoe. Instead, she gets to insult the country she's representing. She then gets to insult God when she is injured and is forced to retire.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, fuck the Olympics. Fuck the Olympics to the moon. But also, folks, make sure to have a little bit of compassion for the people who are born a little bit different. But also, yes, stand for what you believe in, but make sure that you have all the facts before you fucking go choosing your champions of causes that they don't believe in themselves. That's my thoughts on Orange Hat Uncensored and the shit show.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's the only thing. That's why I always say research stuff. If you see something, you hear something, and you think that it sounds way wacky or it's interesting or whatever the reason, look into it. You know, every person has a phone or a laptop or a iPad or a computer of some sort. You can look stuff up, write it down. What I have is I have notes. I have notes everywhere on my refrigerator, on top of my microwave, because I might be folding laundry and something pops in my head. So I just grab that little notepad and write it down to help me remember later so that I can look it up, because I'll be listening to a space or be listening to a show or a little article that's on YouTube or on Rumble, and something pops in my head and I think, well, that's interesting. So I write down a note and try to look it up, because I'd rather look something up and like what happened tonight, where Bruce thought something was true and he found out it wasn't. But the thing is, the only way you find out these things is by getting on there. And I was looking. I kept looking and looking, because I had people in DM groups saying this and making jokes, and there was memes out the wazoo making fun of this guy. And I was like, this is disgusting and repulsive. So I started looking it up, and I found out that it was fake. There was no proof behind any of it. Now, the whole thing about the other part of him, about the fake valor type stuff, that was truthful. And I found proof about that. So the thing is to look up information, talk to people, try to get as much information as you can before you start spreading it. Because what if it was you? See, that's what my mom always said. When you point your finger at somebody, how many fingers are pointing back at you? That's what my mother would tell us girls.
And that is why you always point with the knife hand. Always point with the knife hand.
Well,
yeah.
You're talking about we're talking about Tim Walz and the Stolen Valor thing right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was talking about a couple of different things, and the horse
he is
thing.
Not guilty. Yeah, well, technically, legally, he is not guilty of stolen valor. However, he is claiming to be something he is not, and he also made a statement. He embellished his record.
Yeah,
and he embellished his record. Now, if
he lied,
was
then?
smart,
okay,
yes, obviously, if he was smart, he would clarify. I may have misspoke. I am sorry for what I did and whatnot. Not to mention, when you retire from the military, your retirement plans and shit, I do believe, are public record.
Yeah, but
they can check whether or not he retired as a command sergeant major, or if he if his retirement is in the form of the sergeant major. But folks, he never completed the training for officer training for a command sergeant major, so he can't claim that he had or retired at that rank. What he is doing there is embellishing his record. That is abhorrent. And the thing that a lot of vets are pissed off about is that he is saying people should not be allowed to carry guns that I went into war with.
Mm-hmm.
If he comes out and clarifies, I have misspoken, I did not go into combat with a weapon, so yes, I should not have made that statement. If he does that, I will have the teensiest bit of respect for the man.
But then here's what negates your whole thing.
Also, he'll destroy the Republican argument.
Here's what negates your whole thing, because he has been introduced in Congress as this false. And his wife has said this over and over again. So again, people that he's given information to have spoken on he's been introduced as former.
Mhm.
So this is, again, he gave this information. So him saying is one thing. And if he retracts it, so be it. But the people are repeating it. And his wife did it. If his wife's, so then how dishonest is she? And how and think about this.
Supportive of her husband, but yes, dishonest.
Yeah, but here, even more dishonest or more vile. She had an interview during the riots and said that she went out and sat and smelled the tires burning, and that she stands for
bitch
for the rioters. Yes, that's
she's
the one
wife that said that shit.
Yes,
yep.
And she's the one that also
shit.
and she repeated the whole what his rank is.
Mm-hmm.
So again, I didn't mean to put you in a corner, but again,
no, you didn't.
No, she has said that he is the rank he is, but again, she went further on to say that as Minneapolis burned, she smelled it, and just thought about, at least we're going to have the Black Lives Matter bullshit. So she pulled a Nero, basically. She did a Marie Antoinette, basically. When you think about it.
I love the smell of burning flesh in the evening.
And there was another person, I'm trying to remember his name, but Trump had asked him to help out or something, and his wife told him no. And so he said, no, I can't do it, because his wife told him not to do it. I'm trying to remember who it was. Kemp or something? Was it Kemp?
I can't remember. But I do know that a lot of fucking YouTubers have been and TikTokers and streamers and shit have been contacted by the Secret Service for Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
And there's this guy,
that.
Kai Sanata or some shit. He's this super black, or he's this black dude that is like, he's a very popular person on TikTok or whatever. And he just went off, folks.
Right.
It's like, the Secret Service keeps fucking calling me. Leave me alone. I don't give a fuck. And it's like,
yeah, because of what happened with Aiden Ross.
Yeah.
And a huge, 10 million people tuned in to watch that interview with Trump. And they're jealous. They're pissed off because young millennials think that Donald Trump is cool. Okay.
Yeah,
and they are going to probably vote for Trump because they don't want tax on their tips. Okay. Nope. And that's what most of them do. They're in some type of service industry. And when over half your check or half of your money that you collect for the work you did is going to go to them, fuck them.
That was the best tactic ever. It was the best tactic ever by Trump.
The thing is, I was a waitress for a little bit.
Awesome.
I was a waitress for a little bit. I'm the one that was doing the work. Why should I have to give my tips to someone who did nothing? And what if I didn't even make any tips?
I was working at a restaurant. I was working at a restaurant back, one of my earlier jobs when I was just starting to get shit going. And I was a waiter. I had to, but the problem is we had to turn in our tips. We couldn't keep any of them. And these rather high class customers came in. They were some women who were higher status, and they all tipped me $10 each because I was so professional. I did my job. I was kind. I was courteous. Mm-hmm. I didn't turn that shit in at all. I fucking kept those fucking $30. But here's the thing. My bosses were like, what happened to the $30 that we usually get from these three? It's like, I don't know. They didn't tip, or I didn't see the tip. I guess I put it in the till. I'm sorry. I don't know. But yeah, I got in trouble for that. But the thing is, it's like, they tipped me fucking $10 each. I ain't turning that tip over to you. Sorry.
Yeah, but you didn't have to. A tip is supposed to be a reward for doing above and beyond your job, basically. Mm-hmm. So that is something for the person that actually talked to the people that ordered a meal or whatever the services that you did. You cleaned their car or you cleaned their room, at the hotel.
You you got a token of kindness from them for your good
Mhm.
work.
Yeah, and you should get to keep that money. It shouldn't be something that people have to hand over. And I think it's a genius. And I hope that we get to do that. Different little things like that will make a huge change in the way that people look at things and what they'll accept to be taken away from them again. Because over time, slowly, we've just been handing them everything. Little by little, because they've done it, like I said, with a little ice pick. They go pick, 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 pick it until it collapses. And after it collapses, you got to rebuild the whole thing. So we've got to slowly add these things to start putting something back together. And hopefully the younger people that are seeing it come out of their check, like that's what's so cute. It's so funny when you're a boss, like me being a manager at Pizza Hut, okay, and then having your employees that come in, they're 18, years old, and then they get their first check and they're all excited and they open it and they go, "What's FICA?" I just love it. Almost every single one of them do that. What's FICA? Why are they taking money out of my check? Okay. Then they start understanding what mom and dad always try to tell them. We have to pay this in taxes. We have to pay this on the car. We have to pay this on the house and blah, blah, blah. It finally clicks in that 1 second when they see their first check and they go, "What's FICA?" I just love it. So that's one good thing about seeing some of these young people standing up and being excited about Donald Trump. I mean, I just love it. And the fact that he gave him, this young person made, a donation of $2 million to Donald Trump. That shows you what the American dream is. This young man has started his own entity, which is himself. And he's becoming an overnight sensation, working hard at something he enjoys doing, and the people enjoy watching him do it. That's the American dream. That's what everybody wants, to be able to be successful at something like that.
You know what the key to get that interview with Aiden Ross was? Barron Trump.
Oh, that's right. Barron's the one that said, "Dad, you need to do this. You need to go on the show." So the thing is that Donald Trump got to meet
the youth vote.
Yeah, but he got to meet his parents, and how proud would you be of your child, any child, like what's his name, the one that was picking up trash and stuff in the neighborhoods and stuff, and now he's got all these followers and stuff, and he's helping get all these people registered to vote. What's his name again? Does anybody remember?
Hetfield.
No, he's
Scott
here on
Pressler?
Twitter. Scott Pressler, yeah. Scott Pressler, I can remember him when he was first on the news, picking up trash and stuff in neighborhoods and getting the people to help clean up their own neighborhood, stuff like that. That's how he started out. And he's a young gay man, and he's trying to make a difference. He started by picking up trash in neighborhoods, okay? But he worked his way up, and he's earned everything he's done. Now they have an app that you can get that Scott Pressler's putting out. So I'm proud of these young people that are wanting to see things change for their future, for one day when their parents and their grandparents, for their families, right? But they did it. They stepped up and did stuff. And I see people that are grown in their 50s and 60s that don't even want to get off their ass to go work the polls to make sure that they're, nobody's stealing votes.
I know we're running out of time, but do your own research on this. And then there's the opposite of the Scott Pressler. The opposite of Scott Pressler is Nick Fuentes and what he's doing. Because again, they're doing a lot of dumb shit right now. It's all on Twitter right now, and I'm monitoring it. There's a lot of really sick individuals out there on the far right that are doing things right now or plan on doing things. So we have to be very careful. We can't cover it here at all on YouTube. We have the Rebel exclusive, but do your research. But again, this is where we ourselves have to combat this. Stand up, do what you have to do. And right now, Trump is speaking in Bozeman, Montana. His plane had that issue. He got there. Now he's speaking. He's been speaking now for about 30 minutes right now, I think. So.
Yeah, they had to do an emergency landing, didn't they? Because of problems with his plane or whatever. So a lot of people were saying, "Oh, see, they're trying to even take his plane down." So it's going to be in everything because of the assassination attempt. But the thing is, I've been hearing people whining in some DM spaces about
Trump right now is playing the video of Kamala with his word salad, the whole thing he put out there in front of everybody and laughing at it and commenting on it live right now.
But
Jesus.
they were complaining and saying that Trump is not doing enough. He's not campaigning hard enough, and he's not going to the right places, stuff like that. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, the man took a bullet for us, people. Give him a break. Okay, he's only one person. And the fact that he had 10 million people watching him online do an interview with a young man, a young entrepreneur, okay, for the American dream, basically, it should make you realize that he is doing it. He is making a difference. He's trying to show everybody that we could work together and save our country. That's what he's trying to do. That's what I see. And to me, that's common sense. Common sense says step back, don't jump in head first, go off half cocked. Think about it before you speak. Okay. Pay attention to what's going on around you. Look around and see what's happening. What was it? Was it you, Orange Hat, that said, take 48 hours or whatever it was when something happens?
Take a beat.
Yeah. Take a step back and think about it before you speak, because you don't know what you're going to be. You don't know what you could cause. Okay. And by posting stuff like I was telling people this morning, like the semen thing or other deals like that. Yeah, I can understand to make jokes and stuff like that. But if you make a joke, the wrong one, and you get somebody hurt because somebody says, well, this guy's a perverted freak, he doesn't deserve to live. What almost happened to Trump might happen to this guy. Okay. And don't let that be on your hands. Don't let it be somebody read your timeline or your post on Instagram or whatever it was, and they end up taking it literally and going out and doing something and hurting someone because of it. Wouldn't want that on my conscience. But I'm not saying not to be yourself and not voice your opinion, but make sure you have facts in your hand before you make that decision. That's what I'm trying to say. That's all. So, that's just my point of view. That's how I feel about it. And I try to do that with everything I do. I try to be honest. When my friends ask my opinion and I know that they want my opinion, I'm going to give it to them. And it's not always a good one. It's not always going to be like, yeah, that shirt looks like shit. Don't wear it again. And I expect the same thing. So if I ask my friend, what do you think about this? You think this is a good idea? And they'll say no. And hopefully, I asked them for a reason that I'll take their advice. Don't ask people something if you don't want the truth, because if they're your friend, they should tell you the truth. And I'd hope that they would. So, and we can only be ourselves, and we should want to be ourselves, because if you're making all your decisions because someone else is telling you to do it, then are you really who you think you are? So, I'm tired of trying to pretend to be somebody's whatever. I don't want to do that. I want to be me. I want to make my own decisions for myself, and hopefully you guys do too. But so what do you got coming up, Orange Hat?
Sunday night weekly recap. We're gonna do talk some Jenna Ortega, talk some Amani Khalif, talk a couple other things. Deadpool and Wolverine's box office success. We're gonna be talking on Monday Night Rants. Tuesday is the badassery of Arnold Schwarzenegger at 1:30 p.m. Tuesday night is going to be the Barroom Podcast for on Society Reviews channel. Later in the month, Wednesday is Jade Shadow 8:30 her channel. We're going to be discussing Kill Bill Volume 1. The themes for our singles and ones and twos are going to be female-led movies that aren't woke. So
Yeah.
singles Thursday singles will be 8:30 exclusively on X on my page or on my profile. We'll be talking G.I. Jane and Quick and the Dead for those weeks. And then Friday night is Orange Hat Uncensored.
Yeah, I love G.I. Jane. I made Bruce watch it.
One of my favorite movies.
So what do you have planned, Ruben? Do you have anything coming up besides your rehab?
Yeah. Well, besides no. Well, what I'm like I said, what I'm doing on X now, and basically getting ready to launch, essentially not a super PAC, but more like a think tank type of thing. I want to do with Haya. Haya basically is all gung ho on her own initiative. She drew up 3 acts that she wants to have, the Republicans do about accountability for office, penalties for not getting a balanced budget and all that stuff. And I told her, it's a if you really want to do this, I'll help you. And she really wants to basically. She's very optimistic for America, but she wants to, make America great again. She just cares, and I get it. She gets worried. She gets very scared of the future and wants the best thing for everything going on. And she's an Orthodox Jew, so she really was. I really empathize with her on her plight. She's really her family, under attack all the time. She sees it all there where she lives, but. We're doing that. I myself am basically saying I'm done. I am go directly interfacing and trying to reach out to anybody on the other side to just basically I'm calling this bullshit out. Everything it's a lie. I'm saying it. No, we're done. I'm done with the history of this planet going down a path of lies. When it comes to climate change, because of course when it goes to fossil fuels, Medicare, medical intervention, all this thing, every topic. I'm done. I'm going to do what I'm going to be combination. Again, I don't care. I don't care. I'll be like Alex Jones, what was it? Julian Assange, and all combined. I'm just done. I'm done with this shit, and I don't care because again, I do not want to go to sleep or have my life look back and say I didn't do anything. We have to do something. Do what you can do. Janet wants to go. She's going to be a judge of elections. She's going to be in the polls, going to doing it. Whoever else does their own thing. I'm just fed up. I'm done. Biden was not elected president. Kamala just make her president. No one who's running. Somebody's running the government or nobody's at all. It's running on autopilot. But that's how it is. And all of these businesses doing bad things, I'm going to call them out. So I'm going to follow me on X regarding that because I am now. I purchased the yearly prescription outright, and I'm going to be posting videos out there because I'm just done. Every time I see something, I'm going to go. I've already directly hit them and they're not responding. Come and debate me. Or if you don't, I'm going to debate yourself because we have to define these people who they are in real time. We cannot let anything sit. If she says something or if they say something, hit back now. We have to hit back hard. The time has come. We can't let anything sit because people will believe these things. Oh, well, if 51 or 91 people have accused him of doing stuff, then it has to be true because again, these are people that no, they're not. They are. And again, why? Because they are all in bed with each other. Call it out. That's my mission. Doing it, but first things first, I got to heal up.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you're in rehab and you're doing better, and you're taking better care of yourself, trying to get so you can go back home. And
I go to a home. I got to go to a home.
Once you get your checks and all that stuff, get that all taken care of, then hopefully you'll be ready to go gangbusters and get going at it. Well, so Bruce, do you have anything planned for this weekend? Are you there? I don't know if he's there, but I can tell you tomorrow we're going to be playing the other game, our Pathfinder game. I think it's Pathfinder. I always get them mixed up, but where I'm a higher character on that one, and then we're going to be watching the movie The City of Lost Children. I've never seen it before. and we'll be watching it in Discord on Sunday. And then after we watch it, then we'll be doing the review. It's one with Ron Perlman or something, and it kind of looks, I got to watch a little bit of the trailer. It kind of looks a little bit like Sin City or something. It's got that comic book kind of look, you know, to it. It's kind of weird, almost like half movie and half cartoon or something. It's really interesting. So I've never seen it. So if you want to join us, send me a DM, or if you're already in the Discord with Bruce or me, you can join us, and we'll be watching the movie in his Discord. So it'll be fun. And then I'm going to try to do 1 or 2 X-only music video shows again. Where I'll try to dress up in theme or something like that to the type of music that I'm going to play. I have a couple of different ideas for music songs, battle of the bands type stuff. So that'll be fun. And then Thursday night, I'll be doing another Team Shit show. And then on Friday night, we'll be here again to hang out with everybody. And well, I'm sure we'll have a lot of shit to talk about again. But I want to thank everybody who showed up tonight and hung out with us. Six Nations, Old School Yankee. He was on the show with me last night, and we talked about Wolverine and Deadpool. And we both showed some of our collectibles, talked about our comic books and different stuff like that. It was fun. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. It was great. But I want to say thank you to everybody, and hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. And try to enjoy yourself in this chaos. Smile, laugh, and enjoy your family and your friends. So you guys have a wonderful evening and a great weekend. So I'll talk to you later.
Night, folks.
But your eyes are flying saucers from another planet. Now I'm off.